Recorded at Equip HNA 2024 in Louisville, Kentucky. Here's your host, SiteOne trainer, Sean Sandink.
Hi, it's Sean here, one of the coaches on the training team at SiteOne Landscape Supply, here at the Equip Expo with Fiona of 4 Boots Landscape and Construction. Hi, Fiona.
Hi, Sean. How are you?
I am doing just fantastic. You enjoying the show?
I am.
Fantastic.
It's very busy. A lot of people here. A lot to see.
Have you been here before?
First time.
First time to the show?
Yes.
Have you been in the industry long?
No. Transitioned into the industry.
So tell me that story. What brought you? Give me the journey from how did you get into this green industry?
Okay, so both my husband and I are from corporate, big corporate.
Okay.
Really big corporate, very successful careers, wonderful careers. But after about 25 years, I was just ready. And I was just ready to try something different. Didn't know what it was going to be.
Right.
Initially went into renovating homes, very successful with that, and we were doing it with some institutional investors. So they would buy the homes, we would go in, renovate them.
Just like I see on TV on these home renovation shows.
Exactly, pretty much, yes.
So you were in the corporate world. In what division? Doing sales, finance?
So I worked with the board of directors of a large international company.
Okay.
And so I would travel with the board, do the Olympics, the World Cup, plan for all the board meetings. Any acronym, I would work with them. The CFO, the CMO, the CEO.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was really good transitioning into what I do from the standpoint that I was able to bring all that experience, detail. You
So
gotta be.
did you manage people?
Yes.
And you had a team?
Yes.
And you had deadlines, and you had
major.
and you were dealing with people who were probably not the most patient.
Not at all.
And you transitioned and one day you just said, "That's it. I've had enough."
To a certain extent, I loved everybody. So
Okay. So it was like
It was just I was ready to do something different. And in fact, at the time when I went to my manager and said I wanted to retire,
okay.
she asked me to wait 6 months. She said, "Please just think about it for 6 months. Come up with 5 things I could do to keep you. I just want to make sure this is really what you want." And I did. I waited 6 more months.
And did you make a list like, okay, so I need the Ferrari?
I was just ready. We could.
So you didn't even come up with a list?
I did not. I just knew I was ready. I knew I wanted to do something else. I knew I wanted to run my own business. I didn't know what it was. I had an idea it would be in construction.
Okay.
Because we had renovated our own homes and flipped them. So I knew we could do that.
Right.
But when I left, I did not know I would end up where I am.
And so where's that? So you went from corporate to renovating homes
for institutional investors. So like over $1 million the first year. Did that for a few years.
And it sounds like successfully?
We were successful, yes.
Right out of the gate?
First year, not so much.
Okay.
I would say we weren't profitable the first year.
Sure.
Went through a couple of bad contractors, but as I'm sure you've heard all day long on the podcast, it's all about the people.
All about the people.
Right? When you find the right contractors.
Trust, relationship, communication.
Relationship, everything.
Yes.
And that's huge. So that happened in the second year. It was great. Third year, the industry in Atlanta started changing
So when would this have been about?
This was just 2 years ago.
Just 2 years. So
Yep.
2022, the industry in Atlanta is starting to change.
Only from a standpoint of the inventory for the type of homes that the investors want to renovate changes, right?
Okay.
They've bought them all out, basically, is what's happened.
So there was no supply.
So there's no supply.
So prices are high.
Prices are high, no supply. That combined with, no creativity, right? Every house is the same.
Right.
So that would come transition number 2.
Okay.
Which would be, we would start transitioning into the outdoor living areas. So I went to Emory, got a design, landscape design.
What is Emory?
Emory University, I'm sorry.
Emory University. Okay.
Yeah,
So you went to Emory University.
Landscape design.
So after 25 years in the corporate world, going through doing home renovations, then you decide it's time to go to school.
I knew I wanted to do something I enjoyed.
Okay. How much
Right.
did you love going to school?
Not a lot.
Okay. All right.
No, I was already running this new business, right? So it really felt like, okay, you're working from 6 in the morning till dark at night and then going to class at night. And so you're traditional. I mean, everybody can do it. It's just a commitment. Right. So I enjoyed the topics. I enjoyed what I learned, but it was just the time frame.
Gotcha.
But it worked. I did it. I
So you went to Emory and you graduated with a
landscape design.
landscape design.
Right. So
And you
now-
were working while you were going to school.
Right.
But you're-
Because we had started, I brought my son up. We had started, and initially mostly maintenance.
Okay, and by we, you mean you and your son?
So yes, my husband's involved,
Oh,
but
so
I was,
Now, and he had come from corporate
he's in
America
corporate
as well.
too, yes.
But was he still working in corporate, or
Yes.
did he quit?
Nah, he's still there.
Is he still there today?
Yes.
He's still there today, but he's helping you kind of,
Big time.
big time,
Big time.
like evenings and weekends.
Oh, yeah. And during the, well, yeah. Yeah. He's
Okay,
all good. Yeah.
okay.
We're
So-
a busy family.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounds like it. So you graduated with landscape design,
Yep.
and you were already landscaping.
The maintenance, doing the maintenance, the installation, already doing the design.
Where did you get these customers from?
This
You were
might sound stupid, but they really like working with women. I mean, you just do. We just handed out the flyers and
so you
go
made
talk-
you made a flyer,
yeah, made flyers.
and who did you hand these out to?
Everybody, all the
Everybody,
houses,
anybody.
all
So
the houses,
so you picked a subdivision and
bunch of subdivisions. Yeah,
bunch of subdivision, and did you hand them out yourself, or you had people
some,
do it?
absolutely both.
And people would just call you,
Yes,
and they call, and you.
and then they would tell somebody, and so word of mouth. I would say probably 50% word of mouth.
But it would, let's say it's your first job that you had to do, your very first landscape job. How did you get that?
My son put out a flyer.
Your son put out a flyer, and then they called you, they emailed.
They
What
called
was-
us.
So they called you
Right.
and said, we need a retaining wall.
Well, no. So initially it was not the hardscapes. Initially it was the maintenance. They needed their lawn mowed.
They needed the lawn mowed.
A lot of
and-
leaf cleanups, a lot of lawn mowings,
Okay.
a lot of maintenance. Yes.
And you showed up, and they went, oh, thank God it's a woman.
What? What are you doing here? Are you really gonna? Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you have to do this? Are you strong enough to do this?
Uh-oh. Did they really ask this?
Yeah, they were
Or you could just see it in their eyes?
both.
Okay.
Yeah, both. But I was, and I did. I don't do it anymore.
And are you still delivering flyers?
We do.
You
We
still?
but we do a lot of, obviously, we've got the website out there. We do we're getting into the social media.
Okay.
But primarily what we get now is driven through the website.
And I imagine word of mouth as well.
Absolutely.
What percentage of your business would you say now is due to referrals?
60. I would say about 60.
About 60. So still 40% you're driving it with new business and 60% referrals.
Right.
And then that locks in your business because you know you're doing good business if you're getting that kind of referral business that's being transferred.
Especially so we're really trying to get into the hardscapes and outdoor living, and to have the clients, neighbors see the product that we're putting out. If we do one house and have 3 neighbors come over and say, hey, will you,
Right.
which is what happened, like, for example, at the one we just finished, then I think that we feel like that says a lot about the product. So, yeah.
So you said at the beginning you were mainly doing lawn cutting, a lot of leaf cleanup, yard cleanup, things like that. What's the company name again?
4 Boots.
Four
Landscape and
Boots.
Construction.
Okay, we'll get back to that in a second. But what would the menu of services be that 4 Boots Landscape and Construction could do now?
So now we do obviously the maintenance, but we do design, we do installation, we do the outdoor paver projects, retaining walls, really going into drainage now because my husband was,
Fantastic.
he's an
Yes.
engineer.
Drainage is one of our
Or-
fastest growing markets right now.
And it's
so
huge in Georgia. because we
Absolutely.
have a lot of the
A lot of water.
a lot of water. Yes. So drainage is a big one. And I would say I can see our business probably really going in that direction. The grading, drainage, and outdoor kitchen / paver, that kind of thing.
So what do you see as some of your biggest challenges in the business?
A lot to learn still.
Okay, so the learning curve's still high.
Curve. And in one of the earlier sessions, it's interesting. Somebody that had been in the industry for 14 years just did a job, and he told me, he said, it had never happened.
Right.
So it's, check. That's something that can happen. So he's been in the
So
industry.
what happened?
I don't know what happened exactly, but on the job, he explained something significant happened that he had never experienced before. And he had to tell himself, okay, next time I got to be thinking about this. So that just tells you it doesn't matter how long you've been in the industry.
Oh,
Every
every job
job is going to be different. Every time you do anything, you're going to learn off of it, which is
and every
honestly,
job,
every job is out there is like that.
right? Every job's training for the next job.
So, but I would say just obviously the financial piece of it, making the smart acquisitions. I think that as we're seeing here, a lot of the equipment, making the wise choices on the equipment that we choose to start out with, to progress with. Labor is always going to be a situation. You've just got to really know how to treat your people.
Right.
And just a lot of the stuff that I brought from corporate. I mean, how to manage projects. You got to deliver, and you got to deliver on time as best as the weather allows.
So what do you see as maybe a decision, a day, an action, something that you wish you could take back as you grew through this journey of going from starting off as a small maintenance company, now doing landscape construction, landscape designs, incorporating drainage? Is there anywhere where you went left, where you wish you could have went right, where it was just a day you're like, oh, Fiona, why did I do that? Why did I say that? How could I even possibly?
I heard you ask the last person that question, and I was trying to come up with an answer. And I don't really know, because everything that really has happened, if I sit there, I mean, like I chose some contractors initially that I took huge losses on. But dang, I learned so much from that mistake.
So you see your wrong turns as learning opportunity.
I can't at this point. I have to see them as learning opportunities. So I've been trying to think about it for the last 10 minutes until I started. I just don't have one. I don't have one to give you. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I won't make them again.
Right. Fiona, you are blessed for seeing the world that way.
Oh, thank you.
You know, that is just
I'm around a lot of
refreshing-
people. I'm blessed to be around a lot of people that see it like that. So
Well, and it sounds like your whole career has positioned you for a successful way to be able to analyze, able to make decisions, able to lead people.
I agree.
So
I think so.
So picture you're a young lady and you're thinking about seeking a career in the landscape industry. What advice would you give this young lady?
Absolutely do it. I think it's a great time. I think that the service industry for women as a whole it's just a great time for us, because what I mentioned before, if you think about it, most families are now 2-income families.
Right.
The woman is making a tremendous amount of those decisions. She is deciding who is going to take care of the lawn. She is deciding who's going to do most. I would say 70% of the time we're talking to the woman. The only time the husband comes out, it's really more to just put him at ease that I know what I'm talking about. I'm knowledgeable. You're going to get a good product. It's going to be on time. Once he sees and gets that sense of security, he's back inside and letting the woman make those decisions.
Right.
And I think that women like working with other women. So I would say go for it. Listen to the podcasts, watch the YouTubes, everything we're learning, other than it's something like this, I'm learning from YouTube. And other than, I mean, obviously classes and such like that, but you either learn it off of social media or it directs you to where you can learn it, is how I feel. And I will tell you, when we first started this, my oldest son that came up to do it with us,
Right.
he was like, Mom, they're not going to like the fact that you're a woman. They're just not going to like it, not in this industry. About 8-9 months into it, he came up to me and he said, I was wrong. And he was like, he's like, they really love you. He said, now you're professional, you do it the right way.
Sure.
But he's like, they love the fact that you're a woman. So I absolutely would encourage women to do it. I would.
That is great advice, Fiona. I got one last question here that I'll let you enjoy the rest of the show. 4 Boots Landscaping.
How do we come up with
Where do you come up with 4 Boots Landscaping?
Okay, so 10 years ago, when my husband and I were doing a personal project, we actually took we had a swimming pool. We literally cut all the cement, built our first retaining wall out of the cement. It's still standing. It looks awesome.
Okay.
Built our first retaining wall, et cetera, et cetera. The yard was nothing but a muddy mess.
And this was before you had had
This-
any education in the
No,
green industry.
We were both still corporate. He was where he was. I was at Coke. We were both still corporate.
Wow.
So, but we would work nights and weekends on it. So I took a picture. We're both standing side by side and we both had our work boots on and they're covered in mud. And so I stood up here and I took a picture like that just of our boots.
Right.
And it was just the coolest picture. And we put it on Facebook and everybody loved it, blah, 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 blah. Well, go forward, I guess that was probably 15 years ago. Go forward 10 years. And we're like, well, what? When I first went into the construction, because I started that because remember, he's still full time.
Right.
So we needed a name. And
TJ being your husband.
My husband. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
So, 4 boots. So now when we first started it, we're like, okay, the 4 boots will be my son and I. Right?
Right.
Well, now we've got a few employees and it's all of us. And we're like, okay, you know what? It's just to signify that 4 boots is a team.
Right.
And no matter what you're doing, it's usually better if it's a team.
Yes.
So now 4 boots stands for the team.
I think that's just wonderful.
Thank you.
That's it. Well, I'm glad you made the transition, jumped from corporate over to renovations right through to the green industry. A lot of great advice for our young women that are listening here. Fiona, thank you.
Thank you.
So much for your time and joining us today.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the show.
It was fun. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Confessions of the Craft. Ensure you never miss an episode by subscribing to the podcast so you can be the first to hear new episodes and discover previous ones. Follow SiteOne on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn for the latest trends and industry updates.